the heart of the city where dreams come alive. B-Up's on the mic with that fire in his eyes. From the court to the field, every game, every fight, he's the voice of the struggle under stadium lights. He's seen the highs and the lows, the wins and the pain, every triumph and tear, every loss in the rain. But through it all he stands tall, never backs down, with a heart full of love for this sports loving town. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Every story, every glory, every promise we keep. From the love of the game to the struggles we face, he's the voice of the people in the sacred space. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. There's a love in the air for the game and the grind, for the players who hustle, leaving it all behind. Through the sweat and the tears, the blood and the fight, B-Wop tells the stories under the bright lights. In the silence of the night,
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time right here in Georgia. I don't know about you, but hey, it's good to be able to come to you once again with the sports talk. We'll be Watts. I'm your host, Bernard Watts, along with Uncle Steve and Jr Boxing on a Tuesday night. Only thing we ask that you do is hit the like button as you come in. Place a comment in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Sports Talk with B. Watts tonight. Will you do that? I appreciate it. If you'd like to support the broadcast, during this broadcast, you can cash out, super chat, or just simply join the membership. Anything that you do will be highly appreciated. Will you do that for me? Hey, appreciate y'all, appreciate y'all, appreciate y'all. Also, I got one of the best chat rooms on YouTube. They are part of the show. Down in the comment section, I'm glad to have them a part of this show. It wouldn't be a show without them, and I'm grateful to have them here tonight. So let's see who in the chat before I bring the fellas up. We got a new member. Appreciate that. All right, all right, all right. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. We got a new member. All right. Noble. What is it? Noble. Drew Noble. Drew Noble Foundation. Appreciate you for joining the membership. That's all we ask. Thank you for your support. I appreciate that. Patty Lee is in the building. Appreciate you. I love CC. What's up, dog? What's going on? Reed Montbell, PC40. What's up? Crystal Wise Williams is in the house. RDRD. What's going on? We appreciate y'all. Miss Janice Pearson. What's going on? Shannon, I see you. What's going on? DJH. Who we got here? Stella K. What's up? Val Green. What's up, my dog? What's going on? Country Boy. Callan Shepherd is in the building. And we appreciate y'all tonight. Yes, we do. Who else we got in here? All right, I said that name. Miss Diane Brown is in the building. What's up, Miss Diane? Tim Isaac. What's going on? MSD is in the building. Let's see who else we got. Rolling with Ben. What's going on, Rolling with Ben? I see you tonight. Think I got everybody. LaFrance George. Jay Nicole. What's going on? Miss Johnson. Kimberly, a.k.a. Lisa G. Man, I appreciate y'all tonight. We appreciate y'all tonight, all right? If I miss your name, I apologize. Let me bring the guys up. I don't want to hold them long from their family, all right? Let's go on and do this thing. Appreciate y'all tonight. Really do. Wouldn't be a show without y'all. My internet is acting up. Let me do it like this. Miss JR. I hope they got it. They got it. Yeah, they got it. What's up, JR? What's going on? Huh?
What's happening, old man? You got it figured out?
Hey, my internet acting up. Going slow, man. Going slow, man. They see I'm struggling with my eyesight a little bit. It getting better, though. Man, you know, I try to build me a shed outside, right? And I ain't want that panel. I want the sheetrock. Man, I went to the eye doctor today. He asked me all my history, what I had done that week. Man, I said, yeah, I put that sheetrock up. He said, do you wash your hand when you got through? I said, no, you know, I'm always playing with my eyebrows and stuff, you know, everything like that. You know, he said, hey, there go your answer. You know, you got to wash your hands, Mr. White. You got to keep them hands. I said, man, but I keep going through this 3 times a year. Got to watch your hands, Mr. White. You just got to watch your hands if you're going to play in your face and keep them girls out your face. Hey, I said, damn, Doc, you sound like you know Uncle Steve.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, he sound like he go to you, don't Are you watching the show? Hey, man, y'all had a good day today?
Yeah, man, productive, man. Getting ready for the holidays, getting Christmas cards, all packed up and stuff for my wife to get mailed off.
Okay.
That's it. Run a few errands. That's about it. You know, just trying to enjoy retirement a little bit.
Oh, you doing it. I can tell. Oh, yeah, you doing it now. You doing it. I get a text. I'm looking to get a text that be watching. I can't do the show. I'm on a cruise. I'm on vacation.
I'm trying to enjoy it, man. About to hit another little Christmas vacation, but it's more so to just see family this time. So I'll be on the road seeing some family.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, big dog. Ain't nothing wrong. Let's get down into the show, man. But before we get into the topic, Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns and Coach Prime and the Colorado football team, and we're gonna talk the 3 little games on the schedule for the bowl game. What you think about Phillip Rivers coming back as a 44-year-old granddad to be the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts?
When is enough, man? I mean, God.
This dude, he's 44 years old, bro.
I mean, look.
So tell me this, y'all, what happened to Anthony Rich? I thought he was on the team.
He got the same issue as you, his eye.
No.
His orbital bone got broken in an accident pregame.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. So he ain't coming back. They don't want him to come back anyway, though. Shout out to Coach Dre, but they don't want him to come back because, you know, they could have managed to get him back, but they ain't doing it.
Dog, man. I seen that today. I said, dog, what? Everybody think they Tom Brady now.
Yeah, man.
It is what it is. All right, man. Let's get into this thing, man. What do Shedeur Sanders have to do to be their franchise quarterback? What do Shedeur have to do to yeah? I mean, it's plain and simple. These last 4 games to be the franchise going forward and keep the Cleveland Browns for drafting a quarterback, especially in the first round. You can draft one in the 5th or 6th, but the first round, yeah. If they draft one in the first round, JR, he's going to be going through the same old thing that he did this year.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be the same thing times 10 with a first-round quarterback if they draft one. But simply what he need to do, B-Watts, is just what he's doing now, man. Just continuously show growth and show flashes of what you can do, right? Because your limitations are going to be your limitations, whether it's play calling, whether it's personnel on the field. So you have to overshadow the limitations of play calling and personnel on the field by just being a great player, showing flashes. I'm not caught up in the wins or losses because they're a terrible team offensively. So if he go out there and run off the next 4 and win, right? that's great. But if you go out there in the next 4, he plays smart football, disciplined football, taking care of his body, same time while he on the field, he puts himself and he postures himself for a better opportunity to come in next year and not have to go through the same rigmarole. You can start at the top next year, Uncle Steve, instead of starting QB4 like how he did this year.
B. Watts, it's 8 o'clock on the dot, and I'm on the sports talk with my peeps. We got some real pretty ladies in the chat that were waiting to meet. So I want y'all to pull up and anticipate, because the UNCSTEVE getting ready to rap to y'all. Pull up, people. This is what he gonna do. He just needs to remain comfortable being uncomfortable. That's all he got to do. He has to improve each and every week. When you're playing football or any sports, even in life, all you want to do is every day is like building a block. You want to get better every day. That's all you have to do. It ain't about JR, you nailed it. They know they're a terrible team. They're the doo-doo Browns. And all these people who sit there and be like, oh my goodness, they beat a bad team. Or they played a bad team. Hell, we a bad team. What are we talking about? We the worst of the worst. When you're in the bottom 30, what are we talking about? If you're 28 to 32, what are we talking about? So with that being said, I love it right now, B-Watch. I love it. He don't have to do nothing special, because you're looking at numbers. You're looking at him. See, he has a playing field now. You got Joe Flacco and you got the little bird. You got Little Bird in front of him. So you got two people to judge him on. You have their numbers and you have his numbers. And when you're looking at it, you see the production. And when you're looking at the production, you can't have no moving the goalpost, because it's impossible. I got people's numbers that I can compare him to, and I got tape that I can compare him to. And what you're seeing now is this here. That ball is moving. And what you also see, the ball is going vertical. And when the ball gets to go vertical, it makes everybody better. You see people with smiles on their face. Their smiles on their face because they understand. And this is the great thing. In Cleveland now, when they're down by 2 touchdowns and it's in the fourth quarter and 8 minutes, I guarantee you they won't leave again. Yeah. I guarantee they won't leave again. That's good for them. They left on out that building and they missed a heck of a performance, but they had to set their tail down there. They would have saw it. So all I'm telling people is this one here. We don't need no great hope. We don't need him to buy some 300 some yards. Ain't nobody else throwing 300 some yards. Did you see that Super Bowl winner the other night? I saw somebody who went to the Super Bowl last year and won it. And I think he was the MVP. It didn't look like MVP to me. So why is it? I saw Joe Burrow. Didn't look like no MVP to me. I saw Josh Allen. Didn't look like no MVP to me. And I saw my boy Lamar up here in Baltimore. Lamar definitely don't look like no MVP. So all I'm saying is, please stop it. These people here got MVPs under their belt. These people here are some of the best quarterbacks in the league. And what I tell people is this one here. You got 11 people on the defensive side of the football, a defensive coordinator that wants to stop the offense, just like the offense wants to take control of the defense. So with that, you're going to have some good plays and you're going to have some bad plays. Shedeur Sanders, keep growing, young man. And with your craft, you just have to get better each and every day. Back to you, BY.
Jr Boxing, my dog. How did the Cleveland Browns and the head coach, especially Kevin Stefanski, 2-time coach of the year, sit Shedeur Sanders behind Dillon Gabriel for that long?
Simply put, Dillon Gabriel was his guy. That's the answer. It's not complicated. That's his guy. Look, B. Watts, if you got a job and Uncle Steve your guy, and I'm the guy trying to get in the position, you're gonna give it to your guy first. No matter what the situation is, Uncle Steve, your guy, look, you get first crack at the contract, you get that drywall put up back there in the shed for me. All right, cool. Because I got this young Thundercat over here. He trying to crack in and trying to get some of this money. But you know, I'm gonna break bread with you because you my guy. And so that's simply what Kevin Stefanski did, man. Look, the love affair between him and Dylan Gabriel, he said it couldn't last the whole season like how he wanted. He's sad about that. And you got Shedeur coming in and establishing himself, and amongst all the odds of training camp, amongst all the odds of the lack of reps throughout the season, he's coming in and he's taking advantage of his opportunity. And that's all we wanted to see as fans. So as fans and supporters of Shedeur, man, shame on Kevin Stefanski for this. Because we saw it Jackson State. Some of us saw it as far back as Truth and Trinity. But some of us started Jackson State. Some of us started Colorado. We saw it then. So we not surprised or shocked. And another thing I want to tell the fans, man, look, if you're getting frustrated with some of Cleveland sports media, stay on their neck. Because they're trying to now turn the narrative and say, well, I mean, come on. I mean, look, he's only doing, no, it ain't he only, he been doing. And the narrative that was spent all during the summer to say what he wasn't, and he's showing you what he is, now they're trying to dumb down the fandom for this young man. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact that you're trying to dumb down the fandom and saying, well, the way his fans support him and the Messiah and this, y'all should be looking for a Messiah in Cleveland. We're talking about 20 plus quarterbacks over the past 2 decades. If you're not looking for Jesus Christ himself to come in and save that franchise at the quarterback position, something is wrong with you as a fan. I don't understand it, but I get it. Uncle Steve, you said it probably about a month ago. They're so used to being bad that they just learn to accept it now. And that's crazy to me. So I'm saying to our fans, to the people that support Shedeur, man, stay on their necks, man. Y'all saw what Bug put out earlier, talking about Bug said they want us to forget. We can't forget. History shows we cannot forget. We can't forget. We can forgive. We can't forget, though. So any opportunity you got to let them know, yeah, man, he got it going on. That's your franchise quarterback. Do that. Because a lot of haters was talking loud all through the summer. Oh, he got drafted 5th round. It was a laughing stock. Everybody was, oh, he should just be happy he in the NFL. Now he in it. He doing his thing. Now they saying, oh, well, we shouldn't be happy that he doing his thing. I don't understand that, Uncle Steve. How can we not be happy for our guy? It's crazy.
Jr, boy, I tell you preaching tonight, boy. You might need to get that hat out. Well, we got Jr. He's saying it. He's telling who is the Messiah. And if you want to know, the Messiah is in Cleveland. And if you don't believe it, you better go tell somebody, because it is real.
Lord,
Let me tell y'all this here, boy. I'm gonna do a couple things here. It reminds me of the Temptations. Oh, Otis Nam, they had the Temptations, and with the Temptations, there was a group. They went about 6-7 years, man, and they couldn't find a hit for nothing. And it was one time on New Year's Day when they had this boy called David Ruffin came in there, and Otis gave him the microphone just to sing. Come on up here, David. David went up there, and it just let you know they skyrocketed. They skyrocketed because they needed that it. See, they was doo-doo. They was already the because they doo-doo. Now the it then came, and the it is Shedeur. And when you got that it, woo, ask the women. Well, they know it when they see it. When they wake up, when they go somewhere and they see something, they like, oh, he got it. Oh, I like that. You can call it swag. You can call it charisma. You can call it game. But women understand. They see it. They see it. We see booties. They see game. So that's why I'm switching it up for you. I'm throwing a little game at you there. But this is where I'm going with it. Y'all got them folks with that melon skin so scared now. They don't want to say nothing. They have to put a disclaimer up. I watched that show. Every time they said something that might have been a little negative. Well, I'm not saying nothing negative about him. I said, what y'all scared for? Y'all the same people went on the Capitol and marched on them and doo-dooed on people's seat and everything else. Now y'all scared when somebody telling y'all some no good rascals lying. JR, that's the truth. You can say whatever you want to. They will piss in your face and tell you it's rain. But them days over with. JR, you nailed it. I go back to Shedeur Sanders when his daddy held him in his arms as a little kid. They had their show, and he was telling him, you don't have to just love your mother, just love me. You can love both of us. I go way back. I watched all of the shows, and I watched them kids all the way through. And what it showed me was this one here. That joker had heart, all of them heart, and they were determined. Shedeur, what he has now is he got the Lord in his life now because Daddy and Grandmama Connie and his mama now been praying a long time for this boy. Before he was even born, they were praying for him. His daddy praying for him, prayed him up. Now he's getting that understanding. And what happened when he got uncomfortable, that's when God can come in your life. That's when God can move. Because when you're uncomfortable, you need a comforter. You need somebody who's a comforter, somebody who can put their arms around you, somebody who can guide you, someone who can clear your mind up. And he got it. And when he got that, all I tell you, young fella, you got to stay focused now, because now is the hard part. Everybody telling you how great you are. Everybody on your side. This is the worst time it could be. This is when you got to even get closer to God and close everything out and focus, close everything. Because right now, the city of Cleveland, if he go anywhere, he'll get free food. He'll get this here. Let me do this here. It ain't the time. You ain't done nothing. All you did was validated. Y'all knew you were some dirty lying dogs from the beginning. You lied, and you lied. You lied, you stole. They stole his money. They lied to us, but they stole his money. And like my Lord say, I want it back twofold, maybe four. I want it back and doubled, because you owe me something. And 10 times. I want it tenfold. You owe me. And what I'm telling y'all folks, y'all need to do this here. See, they talked about it tonight. We don't stick together, but I tell you what, say something about Shedeur Sanders and see what happens. Them aunties and uncle will beat the brakes off you. And all I tell you, don't let them try to put that reverse psychology. And let them say something about 12. I'm going to get on there. I'm going to hit them. You're a low-down lying dog, and it ain't good, ain't in you. So back to you, B-Waz.
All right, JR, here we go right here.
Kevin, hi. Was it a mistake not to start Shedeur earlier?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into those type of things.
Well, the one and only Tony Grossi been lied to. He's looking like a fool, and he went on that press conference to get back at the head coach. His exact word was, hey, Kevin, your staff were telling me this and telling me that, and I went on these ESPN Cleveland podcasts saying what y'all was saying, and now I see something different. So I'm going to put you on the spot. What he asked him?
Kevin, hi. Was it a mistake not to start Shedeur earlier?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into those type of things, Tony.
JR, Uncle Steve, how is the Cleveland media looking now?
B-Watts, I'm not going to get into it, right? I mean, come on, man. I'm so sick and tired of him saying that about every question. Mary Kay, I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna. Come on, man.
Why is it so hard for him to say I made a mistake?
I mean, it wasn't hard for him to say, well, this is how we're progressing with our quarterback when it was DG. This is how these are the steps that we're taking with our quarterback when it was DG. Now, Tony Grosset and asked this man a straight up question and say, "Oh man, you lied to me in my face. You literally pissed on me, told me it was rain, and you told me that DG was the one." And you had 12 down there throwing in trash cans into the athletic trainer. He was throwing to guys like me, physical therapists out there, just standing out there on the sideline. He throwing to me out there. I'm out there getting passes. Hey man, keep your head up, brother. Stuff like. And so now he, like you said, BY, he's trying to get his get back. So every time they got him in that situation, these reporters are now starting to ask the question. It ain't just Grossy.
No, I know.
It's all of them now. They all starting to ask the question like, hey man, now you told us he was far from being ready. You told us the plan was to redshirt him this year.
Yeah.
You told us that Dylan Gabriel was so far ahead that his play on the field should be immaculate. I mean, everything in between. And his response, and I get it, because I'm the king of canned responses in a professional environment. I'm not really gonna get into that right now. The game plan is game plan. Operations are operations. That's how I'm the king of canned responses. But God dog it, man. I'm so sick and tired of him saying that. I mean, they asked him a question about Shedeur's performance. How did you think Shedeur performed? You know how he started off? Well, there's a lot of things out there that we could have done better. Wait a minute, man. Wait 1 minute. I mean, you could have at least said, hey, the young man played a great game. He made a lot of great plays. There's some areas that we want to improve on. Nope. He started off by saying, there's a lot of things that we got to improve on. Come on, man. Come on. So, look, the canned response, he the king of canned responses. But that's why I said, as fans, we got to stay on their necks, because the media, they listen to, they read those comments, they interact with the fans, and they take this information back to the fans and say, well, I'm seeing it with my own eyes, and then I got fans essentially harassing me in the chat, if you want to put it quite frankly. But I don't get it, Uncle Steve. I don't get it. But shout out to Jab. She on the screen right now. Shout out to Jeff. She says Sean Cigar finally hit his brain. Now fans gotta curve support and not vote Shedeur Sanders to the Pro Bowl. He's already robbed draft positions, awards, and etc. So shout out to Jab, member for 1 month, $5 super chat. I'm with you, homegirl. I don't know what the heck this organization been doing. Uncle Steve said we want it back tenfold. We want all ours. And it's a crying shame that they put those sorry jokers up there to vote for the Pro Bowl. Jerry Judy, no disrespect. 18 dropsy. Come on, dog. Come on, man. 18? How am I supposed to vote for that for Pro Bowl? How? Harold Fanning got more yards than Jerry Judy. How am I? Come on, man. Uncle Steve, come on now. What are we doing?
JR, they can go to a bowl, the toilet bowl, because that's where you put doo-doo at. Because I'm telling you, ain't no other bowl they go into. They ain't got number 2 Pro Bowlers. Well, they got 3 Pro Bowlers on that team. They got that Myles Garrett, Schwarzenegger, and then you're gonna have the cornerback Ward. They'll have 3 Pro Bowlers. They'll have 3 there, and they probably get somebody else. But at the end of the day, is this here? We have to remember, this is the same playbook they do over and over and over again. I said it way back. I said, what? You know what's going to happen. The boys going to show out, have some good games. Oh, Kevin, really? Did you hear what they say? Now Shedeur is in there with Kevin in his office, and they're going over the plays, and it's so meticulous now. His attention span is just, he was doing that from day one. What are we talking about? It ain't nothing new. If Kevin would have opened the door, he would have been there even sooner. But Kevin had his little pony beside him. He had My Little Pony beside him. He was riding Dylan, My Little Pony. So you can't do nothing if you got your pony beside you. At the end of the day, Kevin is in a conundrum. His conundrum is he went to the general manager and told the general manager, I know what he did. This is what they do. He got caught up in pride. He went to the general manager and told the general manager, I want the opportunity to pick my quarterback. Because before y'all picked Watson, he threw that on. He put the guilt trick on. Y'all got Watson, the owner, and you picked Watson. And because y'all did that, you need to give me an opportunity to be successful. I need to pick my quarterback. And he picked My Little Pony because maybe he got a daughter, and his daughter saw that little pony, and she's like, oh, I love that little pony. And she said, we're going to get you one. They got him Dylan. So, okay, they got Dylan. And when you got Dylan, you didn't look at the thoroughbred. You didn't look at that horse over here that won all the awards and everything else. You didn't look at the thoroughbred. But you're doing a race. And if you're doing a race and you got a donkey and you got a thoroughbred, is it really a fair race? And now what you got from the reporters is this, JR, your credibility. As a reporter, you have to be credible. You're going to people and you're providing them information. If you're telling people that Dylan Gabriel is superior to Shedeur Sanders, and you have a tracking mechanism in camp, and he beat Shedeur one day, he had one better day than Shedeur, and that's when they put him down there with those receivers at the goal line 10 times so he could have 2 touchdowns. And I give him that he had one better day than Shedeur out of all those practice days. And you're telling us, well, that's different. Dylan has other things he needs to do. Dylan has to go and read the defense. Dylan has to make changes and everything else. His computer, we put a microchip in his head and it just spits out stuff. So you got all kind of data coming out. My name is Dylan, and if you put a computer chip in my head, I can read it out. Speed it. I can speed it out. But with that being said, B. Watts, I will tell you this. As those reporters realize now, people are not taking them serious. And people aren't going to take them serious because you can't tell people information and be this wrong. Yeah. Now they're turning around because they're hot with Kevin. Because like, Kevin, you put us out there, man. Yeah. Now, how can we spin this? How can we like I heard somebody say this a long time. How can we bob and weave? Now they're trying to bob and weave, trying to get this lie turned around. And with that being said, people, don't let them loose. When you got the devil by the neck, or you got your foot on his head, what you supposed to do? You stomp until you can't stomp no more. Keep the praise on. Keep it on. Keep stomping them. Back to you, B. Watts.
JR, going forward, is there any kind of way, if they keep Kevin Stefanski, is there any kind of way him and Shedeur can work together?
As professionals, yes. Because that's the name of the game, man. It's a professional football league. So look, Shallow said it best in the vlog today that he put out. Darius asked him, man, how you feel about your brother being taken out? He was like, look, as a fan, obviously, yeah, I don't like it, man. He should be out there. But he was like, that's your job. So Shedeur, that's his job. Kevin, that's his job. You get paid millions of dollars to figure it out. It's people bagging groceries and dropping fries that got to figure out some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if you getting paid millions of dollars to figure something out, you need to figure it out. So as a professional, yes, it'll have to be figured out because I don't know what coach would want to take the Cleveland job, honestly. I mean, look, I know a lot of people calling for him to be fired, especially after that mess he pulled this past Sunday. But when you start thinking about the cap situation they got going on, you can't get rid of certain players because that'll put you further in the cap to where you probably couldn't even sign the 10 draft picks that you pick up. So it's a marriage that's so dysfunctional right now. You gotta go to some counseling. You gotta get some therapy. You gotta do some group stuff together to get through the fire. You know what I'm saying? Look, any married person know you're gonna go through some things.
Oh yeah.
It's a marriage right now. That, hey, it wasn't it wasn't a good honeymoon. Wasn't a honeymoon phase for Shedeur and Kevin Stefanski, but you got to work through it as professionals. Because quite frankly, the mess that's created there, I don't know if anybody wants to inherit that mess. And if they do come in and inherit that mess, they're gonna say, "I need to start fresh. I need my own quarterback. I need my own this. I need my own that." We talking about 5 linemen that may not be on that team next year. 5 starting linemen that started off the year, they're not going to be with the team next year. It's going to be a complete and utter disaster. And so I'm looking at Kevin Stefanski. I'm like, yeah, he might be it. I know I want him to be gone too, but I don't think he's going to be gone. I think he's going to be there. And they're going to have to work it out, Uncle Steve.
JR, I will have to submit to you that I truly think, and after listening to you and I listen to Sean King, I'll tell you, I have to agree. Because what I don't want to do, I don't like Steph Nasty, none whatsoever. But it would be stipulations. It would be stipulations with it. The owner would have to bring Barry, Steph Nasty in a room together first. If it's my team, if I own the team, I'd bring Barry. I'd have a discussion with Barry and tell Barry, we're gonna put the clamps on Steph Nasty. We're gonna bring him in here. I'm gonna let him know VR direct that we still believe in him as a coach. We're gonna give him an opportunity to be successful. But when it comes to that young man right there, you better do everything possible. We are supporting that young man 100%. We're gonna do everything we can to make sure he's successful. Because if he's successful, the Cleveland Browns are successful, and you as a coach are successful. So everybody get to keep your jobs. Because this is what people are like. Well, why are you doing that? Folks, let's look at this way. Do we want Shedeur Sanders learning another offensive scheme next year? That's gonna slow him up. If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna do it where you're gonna have, because what happens now, if you give him a new scheme, he's gonna be way behind Cam. Because unless Cam learning a new scheme next year, you don't want to be every year you get a new scheme, because now the terminology, he learning this here, it might be reverse of what you're learning right now. So with football, like Tom Brady had the same, it's that continuity. Look at your boy Mahomes, the continuity. If you're gonna do it, you better do it now. If you're gonna do it, you better go in and say, hey, get him a young innovator, offensive coordinator. Look at Ben Johnson. Look what Ben Johnson has done for that boy, and should save that boy in Chicago, because he was gone. Caleb Williams was gone, and he is talented as you can get. But they was like, he done. We don't even want to deal with him. And look what a competent offensive coordinator does when he steps into the building. So all I'm saying is this one here: if you're gonna fire him, fire him. I don't have a problem with you keeping him for that 1 year to get Shedeur comfortable, but I would bring him in and I let him know that boy, that 1-2 on his shoulders, that's the HNIC now, and you better act accordingly. Back to you, B. Watts.
All right, fellas, let's move on and talk about Coach Prime and the Colorado football team. Can Coach Prime turn it around this year, JR? He done got him a new OC, and the question I want to know, can Juju help run the go-go offense?
Yeah. Look, Coach Prime can obviously turn it around this year. When it comes to the go-go offense and Juju, absolutely. If you look at Brendan Marion, and even with the team he had last year at Sacramento State, those quarterbacks were not athletes. They were not dual threat guys. So he brought some guys in, that had high grades coming out of high school kind of thing, but it didn't work out for them in college. But yet he was able to morph that offense to say, all right, I do want to continue to have a passing element in the offense like I had at UNLV. But guess what? These two quarterbacks I brought in at Sac State, they just not hitting on nothing from a passing thing. So we going to run the ball. And my offense can adapt and just run the ball. And so they were they actually led their conference in rushing, but was dead last in passing. So a lot of people mashing up everything together, because when you looked at his offense at UNLV, they threw the ball a lot. They moved it around a lot. And they was the middle of the pack when it came to I believe they was in Mountain West, and then they moved into the Big 12. So it's like Mountain West, Big 12, but they was middle of the pack. They was like around 5 and 6, something like that when it came to passing and rushing. That's a very, very comparable offense to take you to new heights. So I think with Coach Prime, again, slam dunk hire, bringing them in. But if you just look back at Sacramento State, I'm telling you, first in rushing, dead last in passing, because the quarterbacks he brought in couldn't throw the ball in the ocean. He couldn't. The dude, Jaden Rashada, 5-star quarterback coming out of high school, he bounced around, committed to Florida, decommitted to Florida, went to Arizona State, left Arizona State, went to Georgia, left Georgia, ended up at Sacramento State. And so you thinking like, okay, well, I'm going off his profile probably from high school because his college tape was But then you get him in there and you're like, yeah, he really ain't no thrower of the ball like that. So you started off the year with Rashada. They benched Rashada and went to the other quarterback. But you know what didn't stop? The run game. They ran it for 200 plus yards a game. That didn't stop. It lets you know his offense works in multifaceted ways. We can run it, we can pass it, we can do a lot of stuff out of this. So it's exciting to see. I sat down, I watched a little tape on it today. I went back to UNLV 23 year when he had the quarterback that's now at USC. And that quarterback from USC, not a mobile guy. His stature, he's a little taller than Juju. So I can tell the guys that Brendan Marion is already like trying to recruit. They got some height on them. They some 6'4" guys that he's looking at trying to target for 28 and 27 and 28. But outside of that, look, Juju can sling the ball. He showed that he can throw the ball. He showed that he's accurate when he has the opportunity to actually throw it around. So I don't think it'll be a problem with there being a smooth running offense. So now the biggest thing is the offensive lineman, because that's crucial. You're gonna need some offensive linemen in that go-go offense that understand how to pull, that understand how to block, the blocking schemes. Because if you listen to a few people that follow CU all this year, CU never did they call it double team block. They never did that. Go-go offense, you got a lot of double team blocking and go-go offense. So you got to figure that out.
JR, you nailed it. But what I love about the go-go offense is this one here for the offensive line. It really ain't number 4 schemes they got to learn with the go-go. For them, it's not complicated at all. It's not. You just got to have effort. All it is this one here. I'll give people this one here. B-Watch, you got the whole train coming. I hear the choo choo choo. I hear the whole train coming. They all coming. They coming to the Sports Talk with B-Watch. The whole train. Go ahead, B-Watch. But let me get back to it. With that being said, I will tell you this one here. If you look at the NFL, I saw the Buffalo Bills. They're running this because your boy used to coach with him. The offensive coordinator, they're running the go-go. They're running the go-go. I saw a few go-go plays on there. I'm like, oh, that's nice. I said, oh, that's nice. I saw Kansas City. They're running it. And what I'm telling you is this one here. It causes an advantage for that offense because as a defensive player, if one person make a mistake, it's over. And that's what makes the offense so nice. Everybody has the lineman assignment. And if you get one defensive lineman, like a Myles Garrett type player, oh, I want to get these sacks, and he go out there wide, oh, you done. because it's too much space, because you got an extra blocker. You got 2 extra blockers sometimes if the quarterback keeps the ball. So you didn't open it up where I can just tap you. Now I got 2 people for a cornerback and the safety, and the quarterback by itself in the end zone. So all I'm telling you is it puts you at a disadvantage, and then it slows you down, because now, because the way they're going to be running the ball, I can't do what all those other teams. You know how they was attacking Juju? Oh, we just going to run up, and you do that now. You do that now. You do that now, you in trouble. They ain't got those little patterns where you just going, those running back. Can you imagine QB6 go in motion and then he spin around and then go out there in the flats? You in trouble. Or QB6 run in motion, spin around, and the quarterback flipping the ball and he out wide with just a receiver blocking and a cornerback. You don't have a chance. So with this, it's a great opportunity for CU. It ain't the fact that will it work, it's this one here. Are they going to be committed and put the work in to make it work? And I'm telling you something, all the research that I've done with that offensive coordinator, he works. He works. So y'all all excited about these people y'all have made stars, but don't be surprised if you don't see them on the field, because if they don't block, they don't get the ball. If they don't block, the receivers, watch what I'm telling you, B-Wise. If you notice, JR, if you look at how many receivers they got coming in, man, they got like 50. They're going to have like 15, 20 receivers. If you look at it, go on, look at, they got 4 coming in now. And that ain't counting. I see 3 more from Sacramento State. They got a couple more from Sacramento State coming. They got one bull who's a 5'9" freshman that he like QB6 too. They got a 6'3" dude out there. They got a 6'5" dude out there. And that ain't counting the ones they got from other places that could be coming. So people, don't get all excited about your superstars, because we don't need superstars in this offense. We just need people who got a lunch pail and want to do the dirty work. And if they do that, B. Watts, we rolling. Back to you, B. Watts.
JR, on the defensive side, man, we had a problem last year. Defense kept giving up 400 yards per game. What do Coach Pride need to do? Yeah, what he need to do? Because I think that was an issue, and it's still going to be an issue until he addressed that issue. I'm sure it's going to.
You don't want to. Hey, you gonna stop as soon as he get on your board. You gonna stop the show, and I done already been banned on Sunday. I can't even talk on Sunday no more. I'm banned. So get him, Jr.
Hey, JR, I heard you last week, my dog. I'm sure you heard you too. But I really think he needs to be the defensive coordinator. Okay,
I mean, look,
that means that. Okay, you think he'll do worse? You think he'll do worse than they did this year?
They can't do no worse,
no
man.
400 yards.
You can't do no worse giving up 400 yards a game. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah,
so
I know.
If that's what needs to happen, then make it happen then. Because I mean, look, it was a sight for sore eyes to watch CU defense this year, man. I mean, look, there was a bright spot. Tafiq Byard was a bright spot for the team. But outside of that, man, and those 2 freshmen, McPherson and London Merritt, they were the bright spots. So you got 2 true freshmen coming in, and then you got Tafiq Byard on the outside. I mean, in the back half. So there's a lot that needs to occur, man. Look, an identity needs to happen first. What is the identity, right? Whatever that is, if they're going to be a heavy blitzing team, if they're going to be a heavy zone team, some type of identity, because kind of like just kind of rolling with the punches type of thing, it can't happen. I can tell you one identity CU defense had. It didn't matter if it was third. If the opposing team had a 3rd and +5, we weren't gonna see no linebackers in the middle of the field, and that cannot happen next year, right? Exactly. I think they were so worried about getting beat on the wheel route from years past. They said, "Well, let's give our linebacker advantage and just put him on the outside, so maybe he can run down the wheel route," and it still didn't happen. So there has to be some type of identity, man, for the defense. And if if Rob Livingston is left behind to right the ship, I would say that's probably the first thing that needs to happen. Needs to be an identity to the offense, because like serving in the military and having a purpose and knowing what you're supposed to do day in and day out, that speaks volumes. That gives people direction. It lets them know what is the mission for today. And it just seemed like the outset of it with a lot of the players, they didn't know what they were supposed to do. I mean, look, shout out to Reginald Hughes, man. That what was the West Virginia game? I mean, he jumping up and down trying to get guys together because he didn't have the luxury to call a timeout for the team. So he's on the field and he see the confusion that's occurring around him, and he like, well, you should be out, jumping around. But that's simple, like, coach, time out. But that goes to show you, like, he didn't have that opportunity to do that, right? He didn't have that that direction to say, hey, if something going on wrong, just look to us so we can call a timeout, right? Because I think in college only the coaches can call it. But if you look over to the sideline and he telling coach, but he didn't have that. So there needs to be some direction. And there needs to be some togetherness, because they didn't have it. A lot of guys played selfish. A lot of guys, it seemed like they didn't understand what their position was or assignment or, area of responsibility on the field was. And that was kind of disheartening, especially seeing last year defense when those guys had it clicking. When you had Cameron Silman Craig running it back there, when you had Nikhil Hill-Green and all of those guys, Shiloh, everybody kind of just knew their role. This is what I'm supposed to do. It didn't come to fruition this year, and they got to figure that out. That's the first thing. So whether they fire somebody or not, somebody needs to know this is direction, this is where we going. Everybody need to get on board, or Ben finna be out there game one, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I throw that cheap shot at the end.
I'm just saying, man. Just saying, he'll be out there again.
If Ben out there day one, we ain't learned nothing. We learned absolutely nothing. You repeat the same crap over and over again, what you gonna get?
Same results.
You're gonna get the same results, because what I'm telling you right now, ain't nowhere in the world, because it's awfully funny. They ain't there at the end, but they put them at the beginning. Come on, man. That's like Shedeur. It'll be the same thing with Shedeur. How is Byers sitting on the bench? How is Hill Green sitting on the bench? How is Shedeur sitting on the bench? And you looking at the person in front of him, and you like, come on, man. Come on with us. I have a dream stuff. Come on, man. We ain't writing no book. What we need to do is this one here. JR said it. Let's get an identity. What are we? And Coach Prime, he talked to people, and he would get, he get a little irritated with people when they say, well, what's your culture? And then he asked, what is culture? Come on, coach. When you was at San Francisco, you knew what culture was. It was excellence. It was excellence all the way in that building. That's the culture. We're here for that. We're here for that trophy. When you was in Dallas, you knew what culture was. It's about that ring, baby, when you got that star on there. It ain't about no prime time. You need to perform when you're on this field. So when you get there, for me, is this one here. And this is where you have to really listen to people and say, hey, we don't know everything. What you have to do at this time as Coach Prime and his organization is this one here. Find out what your identity is. Stay true to your identity. Quit trying to make people stars. Your play determines who the stars are. This is the way I looked at it. Reach the people, because you're not going to see too much of Bucky, because Bucky probably be doing his thing other play. You'll see him back and forth. But this is what they need to do. I watch National Geographics, and when I watch National Geographic, people are like, why are you saying that? When I watch National Geographic, they don't go and say, hey, let me get the line that's gonna, and you watching the lines and stuff like that, and the Cubs and everything else, and the Lioness. They don't go and say, well, let me pick this line right here because this one here. No, they let it play out, and then they determine because of that line's actions or that lioness action, this is the one to make things happen. See, that's what CU don't do. CU comes and then Coach Brian go, oh, this person right here. No, no, no. And they play don't determine that. Let's go this way. Do your videotaping of people. Don't do no interviews on them. Once they're in practice and you see the ones that stand out in practice, now their play determines it. Let us talk about it. Don't you talk about it. It's about the people. The people get determined who. Michael Irvin wasn't a playmaker until people start saying, oh, man, that's playmaker right there, partner. If it's a play to be made in Dallas, that's Michael Irvin. Everybody know that's the playmaker. Prime time, everybody know. You don't have to go and say I'm prime time. Your play determine that. So let's cut trying to create characters. Ain't no characters. Let them create themselves. And that's what, like Jordan Seaton. His play should determine. We should be seeing Jordan Seaton on that practice. I mean, thrashing people, slamming people to the ground, laying on them, pushing their head down. That should be the Jordan Seaton. And we don't have to say he the franchise. We know he is because his actions determine that. When you get that, then you don't have the jealousy. Because what you have right now, when a player hears you say, oh, this person it and this here, and that person don't live up to. See, the difference is people can't live up. People can't do what Coach Brian did. Like, I'll give you an example, like the cornerback. The cornerback, if you start listening to what he did, man, he showed out. I ain't knocking a young man, but he really hurt some people because other folks looked at him like, well, if he acting like this here and he ain't committed to the team and you done all this for him, I ain't doing it. And that hurts your team. But if you let his play, what he's out there and he was doing what Colton Hood was doing, when you saw that what Colton Hood was doing, you ain't had to say nothing. Man, this dude out there killing. This dude picking up people, slamming people. This man getting interception. I ain't had to go and say this man is the man. All I need to say, his play, and people can't get mad. You can come in that office with them and say, hey, let's look at the film. And another player can't get mad then. His play has determined every week we know what we're going to get. But in Colorado, they try to tell you sometimes they have a little fake news too. Oh, this person gonna do blah blah blah, man. You can and some people gonna that ain't true. Yes, it is. Didn't they tell you they was gonna run the ball? It's a jungle sometimes to make me wonder how to keep. And I love them, but I'll let you know you ain't gonna lie to me now. Now this year, Coach Brian ain't got to tell her quit saying you gonna run the ball. Marion gonna run the ball. Back to you, B-Wise.
All right, fellas, that's it on Colorado. Got 3 games. I want to get your picks on there. Here we go. JR, Georgia Tech, BYU. Who you got? And give me a good reason why.
Man, let me get BYU, man. Look, I gotta go with the Big 12, man. BYU played pretty tough all during the year. They only lost 2 games, and the 2 games they lost to was Texas Tech in the college football playoff. So give me BYU in that, man. BYU.
All right.
It depends on if King play, I'm going Georgia Tech. If that King boy play, I'm going Georgia Tech. I think Georgia Tech is more physical at times than BYU, and I like the speed of Georgia Tech in some areas. I think they can run the ball, creep BYU up, and then hit them over the top. So I'm looking at Georgia Tech.
That's okay. I'm with you. I was thinking about that too. I said King play. I don't think he's gonna play, but
well, if he don't play, it's BYU all the way.
Yeah.
If he don't play, now I'm just saying the King play. If King don't play, and I ain't talking about Martin Luther.
I'm with you. I'm with you there on that one. I'm with you. But on the next game, JR, who you got, man?
Man, the Alabama-Oklahoma game, that's going to be a close one, man. Depending on the health of Alabama, I don't know what happened to the young man, Ryan Williams. It looked like from his true freshman year to the sophomore year, this is a steep decline. Oklahoma got a tough defense, man, but their offense is shaky. 1 week they'll score 30 points, the next week they 12 points. So, who knows? But I'm gonna go with Alabama. I'm gonna go with Alabama and their quarterback. And if their running backs are healthy at Alabama, they'll be able to just ball control, kind of move down the field. Give me Alabama.
What you got,
I'm going Oklahoma. Oklahoma defense travels, and they at home too. I see Oklahoma, them Sooners rolling, baby. I see them rolling on this one. And the reason I say that, the boys in big games, the boy just don't have it at times.
You don't, man.
And he just don't. I don't know what it is. Something missing a little bit. But hey, I'm going Oklahoma. I think if Oklahoma at home with that defense, they can do a little something. That's me, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm going Oklahoma too. I'm trying to figure out how they get in there before Notre Dame, Alabama.
Kind of strength of schedule. And look, Alabama played for the SEC championship, right? They lost to Georgia. So Alabama was actually number 1 in the SEC. So they finished the regular season number 1 in the SEC and then got to the SEC championship and lost to Georgia, And so for Notre Dame started off the year 0-2. Now they lost to some good teams, Miami and Texas A&M, who's oddly playing each other down at the bottom. But the rest of Notre Dame's schedule, they didn't play anybody outside of USC. And that was maybe game 8 or 9 or something like that through the year. The rest of the teams was pretty much, nobody outside of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was okay, but that's not going to move the needle when it comes to the strength of schedule. So, yeah, but for the next one, Miami and Texas, give me Texas A&M, man. Give them. Look, my sister, she's a graduate of Texas A&M, man, a proud alumni of Texas A&M. Very proud of her and all the things she accomplished while she was down there in College Station. So give me Texas A&M. And look, Texas A&M, hard-nosed team, man. Mike Elko, I watched him coach while he was down here at Duke 2 years ago. He's a hard-nosed coach, man. He knows what he's doing. Look, they had one slip up, but outside of that, Texas A&M played some pretty good ball, man. It's pretty good ball throughout the year. And Miami was just kind of up and down. They was up and down. I know they 10-2, but they was up and down throughout the year. And I think A&M going exert some dominance with the 12th man down there in College Station.
Jr, I think you nailed it, man. I'm gonna go with Texas A&M on this one here. I think Texas A&M, they're physical. They coach very well. I'm going because of the coaching. Them Miami boys, them Florida boys, bad boy. Them some bad boys, but like anything else, they hot and cold. And when it's big games in Miami, they ain't got Jimmy Johnson no more. And when they ain't got Jimmy Johnson no more, they just don't bring it. They ain't got my boy, the ones whatever his name started with an S. So Swessenberg or whatever his name was. But I will say this about Notre Dame. Notre Dame went to the national championship last year, and the team they got this year way better than what they had last year. And if you look at Notre Dame, you can say whatever you want to. Notre Dame really is the only team, as far as been playing their last 10 games, they've been beating teams by more than 14 point double points. So if you're looking at that, 20. That's hard. That's hard. I don't care if you. Yeah, that's hard to do. I don't care who. You can look at all of them. That's hard to do. Even when some of them teams take scrubs, they ain't beat them by 20 and 30 and 40. They have rolled, and with that running game that Notre Dame has, it travels. Notre Dame that running game travels. So it's a travesty. But they're trying to prove something to Notre Dame. They're telling you got to quit being slick with this. You ain't. They won't. Hey, this the good old boys. The good old boys tell you gonna eat some fried chicken. If you come to the Masters, you're gonna eat some fried chickens and collard greens. They telling Notre Dame, you're gonna get on board and you're gonna get in one of these conferences, or we gonna stick it to you every year. And that's what they're doing, because they need Notre Dame to get in one of those conferences because it's that money. And Notre Dame telling you, no sir, no ma'am. We want all our money. And I love how Notre Dame do it. It's all about capitalism. Notre Dame want all the money. That little Irish sitting up there doing that there, he want all that money. He remind me of them people. They want every dollar they can get, and then tell you you can't get no money. You need to be happy with what you got. So that's Notre Dame, and they trying to bring them in line. That what they do to us by paying taxes. We're gonna bring you in line. We want you to pay all these taxes, and y'all other people, y'all ain't got to pay none, and they should be happy with it. Back to you, B. Watts.
All right, fellas, I want to thank y'all for Tuesday night Sports Talk with B. Watts, along with Jr Boxing and Uncle Steve, along with the chat. Appreciate the chat. Y'all the best.
B. Watts got super chat.
All right, go ahead.
Super chat for the $9.99. Shout out to Jab for that $9.99. Say, you see well off interview. Shedeur Sanders QB coach was flying to Cleveland Monday, Tuesday, when Shedeur wasn't getting reps, then had to return once he played to fix errors. QB coach was hands-on regarding development. Hey, shout out to Darryl and QB Select, man. Doing his thing, man.
But you have to remember when Tom Brady, before you get off right quick, remember what Tom Brady told y'all, y'all grading these here quarterbacks and getting rid of these quarterbacks, but you're not asking what offensive coordinator do they have? What development do these quarterbacks have to get them to where they need to? If Shedeur Sanders didn't have the investment that he had and the dedication that he had, he'd be done. He'd be out the league, because if he wouldn't have done those things, working on perfecting the mechanics that he needed to perfect, oh, homeboy, he wouldn't have had a snowball chance in Haiti. And because he's invested and committed, he worked on those things, but he did that independently. But Kevin Stefanski Steph Nasty wants you to get credit for something somebody else has done. Sound like people did back in the old days. They want credit for other folks' work. But B. Watts, this your show. Keep doing what you're doing, and I'm loving it.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, J.A., for the super chat. Want to thank everybody who joined the membership. Appreciate y'all, too. Want to thank everybody once again for Tuesday night. We'll be back next Tuesday night with Jr Boxing and Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve, get us out of here.
Man, it's always a blessing, man. Holidays, it's always a good time of the year. Look, this winter vortex, if you out here in the northeast, and hey, just Uncle Steve, because I know you up there. I don't know, y'all probably got some snow. Just be careful on these roads, man. I woke up this morning watching the news, and the first thing that showed up was accident after accident and loss of life. So people, please travel safe in this weather, man. Snow coming around and stuff like that. Travel safe, man.
B. Watts, you got a great show. You got the greatest chat in the land. They handle their business. They're beautiful people. They do a great job. When I tell you y'all support, let me say again, when I tell you y'all support, what I like about your chat is this, B. Watts. I see that they support, you got bigger brands and stuff like that. You got people got more subscriptions that, they get on there and they got productions and everything else. But it ain't nothing like giving it to people who grassroots, giving it to the people who in the mud, giving it to the people just like ordinary people. I ain't trying to put their nose up at nobody. I ain't better than nobody. We all one. And that's what I like about your chat, man. They do their thing. They support. They're beautiful. We want them to have a Merry, Merry Christmas, because I don't say no happy holiday. No, it's Merry Christmas to me. I'm old school and I ain't changing. You want to do your thing, do it. But enjoy yourselves. You said, Steve, on Thursday, you meant your boy. You meant your boy. Greg said it on Thursday. You said my name, but I understand. It's JR and Greg said it. I get you, B. Watts. But God bless. Have a good night, because on Thursday night, I'm gonna be at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna be in the drop top, cruising the street. B. Watts, close it out, baby.
Are you practicing to practice, or you practicing to be great?
Which way am I going?
Today's supposed to come. You on the way.